Had a bit of a misfire there at the beginning. My mic was having some problems, so I'm hoping they're gone now. I may have to like mute myself just to like listen to the audio for a second and make sure it's not all messed up. But hopefully we're good. And we're back playing some Death and Taxes today, as always. Got a 10K coming up this Saturday in St. Louis. So got to prep for what list I'm jamming. Let me turn into my own audio for a second. Hopefully you guys won't be able to hear it. Seems fine to me, I guess. Let me know if there are any audio issues as time goes on. But today I wasn't sure if I was quite ready to pull the trigger on it, but if there's a time to test it, it'd probably be pretty soon. So if anyone is familiar with me playing Death and Taxes in the past while, I've really disliked playing this card a lot. I think it might be the time where this card is important enough and like actually reasonable enough to run. Been doing a lot of thinking about the like Grixis matchups. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, get out of here. Dang cat. Chewing on little bits of plastic. Anyway, doing a lot of thinking about like the Grixis matchups and the 4-color Ren 6 control matchups and stuff, and how everyone's starting to play Playing Engineer apparently, and that card makes the Hallowed Spirit Keeper plan worse, especially if they're like on the Lawrence Harmon version, which is like 3 main deck Plague Engineer, which seems a little bit extreme, but even if they're on a couple, it gives them more than like the 0 outer to Spirit Keeper that may have previously been the case. This playing a Mirror Crusader helps supplement that plan a little bit. Crusader's another card that's hard for them to answer. Main deck, they usually only have like the 2 bolts and then Snapcasters for the bolts, which is still a lot more than I'm comfortable with. Sometimes you just play Crusader and it gets bolted and you're very sad about it. But I think there's a chance that Brimaz isn't hacking it anymore, especially if there's less Delver running around. I think Delver's still like a relatively fine matchup. It's not like Crusader sucks in the Delver matchups anyway. Like, it still blocks Tarmogoyfs or attacks through Tarmogoyfs as pro-black. Can attack through like Plague Engineer or Gurmag Angler or whatever. It closes very quickly. Things that can be relevant. So it's not like this card is like a huge downgrade of Brimaz, but I want to try this out at least a little bit. Mirror Crusader, good again, my favorite D&T beater. I have never been a big Mirror Crusader guy. I've not been happy with this card a lot. But I think it's worth a shot trying it out again. I'm sad though because I picked up some shiny, like some cat tokens to use for Brimaz. And I have just not. I've never played Brimaz in paper since I was like, all right, I'm ready to play Brimaz just in case. But I think I'm gonna give Crusader at least a little bit of a try here. I should probably update Cardboard Live as well. Also, for those of you that were unaware, I guess I'll probably announce this again towards the end of the stream. But those of you that are unaware, we're still in the midst of the recipes giveaway. We're at 717 followers, I believe. I put it in the title of this video or stream. And once we hit 750, we will give away 2 full Rest in Pieces to 2 lucky winners. So hit the follow button, follow me on Twitter or retweet that tweet for more entries. I should retweet my own tweet just to get more eyes on it. Anyway, this hand sucks. This hand also... So we're on the play, and we're not on the... Hey, can you stop? You have long claws. Just... There you go. It's better. This hand kind of sucks. We have 23 hits that make this hand very good. Might just keep this and shove the Flicker Wisp to the bottom. Being on the play makes me like this hand a lot less. So we have, but we only have one hit. We only have one draw, right? So it's like under 50% to hit. 23 out of 52, something like that. If we miss, I think we just die. Opponent mulligan to 6-2. This is notable. I think I'm more happy mulling to 5 in that case. Oh yeah, I'll keep this. We're gonna hope to God that we're gonna match up our Sword to Plowshares is good. I'm gonna put a Vial and the Caracas on the bottom, I think. I think the basic plane is more important than the possibility of Caracas being good. Anyway, I gotta keep updating this list. Mirren, Crusader, Rip Brimaz, Force Pitch Stifle. Ooh, that means Rogue Delver. It's a good hand to have double plow against. Or a good deck to have double plow against. We just need to not get murdered by like Goose and True Name in the interim. Port. Better than Wasteland. Helps me hit more land drops here. To cast our spells to try to beat the unplowable threats. Why are you being such a pain in the butt today, huh, Katie? Huh? Just relax. Alright. And updated the Cardboard Live, so new deck list should be up, I think. Did I update it to say 3 Cataclysms, though? No, that's not nothing. Kind of want to be wary of Stifle. My opponent only has 3 cards in hand. Here was me thinking you'd be wrecking. I would say I'm ahead this game. Don't really want to just toss my Wasteland into the void, especially because we're just going to end up having to port this Trop here. I think I'm going to leave the Wasteland up, though. I don't want to, like, leave up the possibility of casting Plow here, and then get my Wasteland Wastelanded or something, although they'd probably go for the port. Yeah, I don't think I actually updated my sideboard to, oh no, I did. There's the 3rd Cataclysm. Okay, we're good. So this Goose is still a ways away from being threatening, so we have a lot of time to try to find things to actually do here. More drops, more geese. Come on, play a Delver. I can't beat 2 geese. Oh man, and hitting more land drops. None of this is good for me. Maybe I don't even want to Wasteland. Put these geese closer to the threshold. You have a dog. This is a cat, but I mean we also have a dog. Can't even cast this Jailer, even if I wanted to, but I also don't really want to, so. Just gonna tap all my opponent's lands and hope that they can never make these geese big. I don't keep looking at the Stifle. Wasteland my port. Fetch. Puts them at 5 cards. Can I draw a creature? I feel like casting this Palace Jailer is very, very bad. Wait, you can't beat a Goose except by blocking it. I didn't realize. I mean, you can also just beat a Goose with like equipment, right? You don't need to block it. You can just kind of race it. You can't take a Goose off the board pre-board without like blocking it. Yeah, this Jailer feels like it sucks a lot here. If I Wasteland, though, they're almost to threshold just by that. they go to 5, fetches 6. Need one more thing. They didn't, so they didn't have access to 2 mana this turn, right? They only had access to 1. They have 2 cards in hand, so they're either counter spells, removal spells, or, like, things that cost 2 mana. But Tarmogoyf doesn't, like, feed the goose, because it's going to get exiled. So I don't really think I care about their 2 mana plays. It's kind of bad if they have, like, a land True Name or something, but I don't think I want a Wasteland. Is literally just 1 mana true. It's blockable True Name and also is not immune to combat damage. I think it's a little bit not True Name Nemesis. Alright, cool. Our mull to 5 not going well. We've drawn all lands and a Palace Jailer. Alright, get out of here, punk. You're being obnoxious. As soon as my opponent draws a cantrip, we're probably dead. That is... The geese are not loose yet. Oh, is this just like True Name Nemesis? We can't beat actual True Name Nemesis. Now we lose. My hand of Plow Jailer versus the board of Goose True Name. At least these Goose still aren't loose. We have, like, this turn to draw Stoneforge and maybe survive this game. If they don't have a Bolt as one of their last cards in hand. That was not the most bright and shining mull to 5 I've ever seen. Board in 6 cards. Cut 6 cards. And now I wonder if, now that Crusader's in the deck, is it worse than Spirit Keeper in this matchup? So Crusader blocks all their green stuff, but Spirit Keeper, if you don't have Wrist and Peace in play, is really strong. Crusader also just, like, eats it to every removal spell they have. So I'm not actually sure. Might change the sideboard map a little bit if this Crusader sticks around. My inclination is to cut Crusader here. Does matchup bring back memories of losing hate repeatedly in 2014? Not really. Brings back memories of me playing as my friend Chris in, like, 2013. He was the person that got me into Legacy, and he was playing Rug Delver. Back when I thought that matchup... Excuse me. Excuse me. Back when I was getting to Legacy, I thought the Rug Delver matchup was, like, super difficult before I realized that the Nexus was, like, a huge favorite in the matchup. They just have all these terrible cards. Just, like, always played into days. Just played horribly because I was bad at Magic. I wonder if the cut's just Sanctum Prelate. Probably not. Sanctum Prelate has a lot of spots where it's strong. I kind of want to cut Mirror Crusader. Alright, this hand seems like my opponent's going to draw a Goose, True Name, and kill me. And then we're not going to hit a third land. If my opponent casts a Delver, I think I'm going to cast Plow into Daze. Doesn't this hand just beat Goose True Name? I mean, if we can hit more land drops, yes. Hey, more land drops, nice. We use so much mana to cast a Sword with Thalia in play, and then the sword gets dazed, then we're really sad, but... At least we can't get run in 6th yet. they daze this, that's fine, I think. Yeah. They run in 6 me, they get back a land, but then we judgment the run in 6. Assuming they don't have a... Oh no, they can't run in 6 me, right? The daze has a cost, it's not just free force spike. Man, I really want to wasteland this trop. If I had another land, I might. Who just fires off a brainstorm there? Not someone who their trop is their only land, right? You don't just cast a brainstorm at sorcery speed there for no reason, right? Although I can't think of a reason why casting brainstorm at sorcery speed would be good there, besides F6 value. So if we wasteland, we just need to hit a land drop before my opponent hits 2, which seems pretty fine. Kind of want to wasteland this. My opponent has to spend their turn like bolting the mom too. If I don't wasteland, then like I'm in danger of this the Ren 6 just like crushing my mom play there. If I don't wasteland, I'm probably not. I might even just have cast the Sword of Fire and Ice and not the mom. This is probably Volk Bolt. Yep. Forked Bolt. Oh, Electrickery. I'll take it. Happy when Electrickery is 1-for-1ing. Opponent, please stop hitting land drops. I can't beat those. Nice. Oh, wait. It's okay. Well, I'll plow it. Literally can't cast any other spells, so... Trying the third land's nice. Means that if my Thalia eats it to like a Ren in 6... Oh, they're forcing this plow deal. We have a second plow opponent. God, why does every Rug Delver player keep having Spell Pierce in post board? Did I miss some memo where Spell Pierce is like secretly like relevant against Death and Taxes in some way? How is that not the first cut in your whole deck? Like, my opponent still has Daze and Force of Will. What did they cut for sideboard cards? Reveals Stifle. And they still have Stifles in their deck. What was the cut? I don't understand how Rug Delver players sideboard in this matchup. I feel like every time I've played against Rug Delver in recent history, they've just like had Spell Pierces in their deck still. Always gets blown up by... I mean, they just pitched into a Force of Will. Like, it's... They could have had a Stormcrow in their deck and it would have been just as effective, right? Ooh, Ponder Shuffle, no land drop, huh? I dig it. Kind of want to play this Vial more than I care about killing this Insectal Apparition. Would have liked a fourth land to just cast my sword, but... More cantrips? Oh, just Bolt on Thalia. Alright, well... Flicker Wisp is nice. I think I want to plow this more than I want to cast Sword here. Just want to stop taking damage. Get this Aether Vial up and running. Another Delver. Probably casting the Sword this turn. Now we can at least play it through a Daze. They have 4 cards in hand. One of them's a Stifle, which I do need to be wary about for like Flicker Wisping my own stuff. They have not like brainstormed or anything. My Port will like immediately get wastelanded, but I don't think that's a huge deal. should probably be bluff activating this vial, though, to try to bait some stifle. Flips off bolt. That's a little rude. This bait won't do anything because they have bolt in hand now, so you're gonna have Avenger. So there's no point. Just lets them play around more stuff if I activate it. I think bluff activating combat's like actively bad there, because they suddenly don't have to play around things. Like if they wanted to hold up Stifle for like a Stoneforge Mystic or something, or like hold up a bolt for like a thing to Violent on 2, so if they don't have a red source, I can like Violent on 2 and equip it. I think the bluff activation is actively bad there. Oh, they did not land drop. Now they get to hold up Bolt. Or like Ancient Grudge. Okay, so they get to hold up this Bolt. Nice! 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 Alright, we gotta screenshot this. Ah. Got him good. Ooh, a second Flicker Wisp. Bluff activation actually did something. Alright, so I think I might want to cast this first Flicker Wisp. I want something in play so I can, like, save it from, like, a bolt or something. If I just Violence on an end step, they're just going to bolt it. I'm going to be sad. But then if I, like, cast one and have a Violent 3 that's extremely suspicious. I run into days like that, too. They have 3 cards in hand. One of them is Bolt. I'm probably better off just, like, flickering out their Delver, getting my Wisp bolted, and then just, like, doing it again next turn. So we'll just wait. Can't believe that actually worked. That was amazing. Come on, stifle me again. Maybe they'll be greedy and wait until I untap to bolt me, and then we'll just wisp my wisp and just get them. Aw. Dang, they got me. Suppose I could have actually validated in Sorcery Speed and equip it. That was probably the play. They were tapped out. I'm dumb. That was definitely the play. Because I wasn't doing anything with my mana that turn. Ooh, Stoneforge. Alright, I'll do something with my mana this turn. It's cast Stoneforge Mystic. Go get Batterskull. Have Wisp up. Force Oil, pitching Daze. Man, why you gotta be like that, opponent? At least we didn't play into the Daze. This game would be going a little bit better, though, had I done the good play last turn. Okay, they don't flip, which means no Bolt. Wow, opponent has no fear. I do have fear, though. I'm a little bit scared of, like, Renin 6. Although they'd have to have, like, Greenland plus Renin 6, but I'm also not blocking here. I'm just going to equip and kill them, so I guess I'll just take this 1 damage. Opponent with the absolute disrespect of literally anything on this vial, though. Well, let's see if the last card's Bolt. Oh, nice, it's not. Let's hope they don't draw Ancient Grudge now. Even if they do, though, we can clear both Delvers and draw a card. Like, we clear this one, and then next turn we can clean up the other with, like, a Council's Judgment. Ooh, even a Wasteland. I'll take it. Alright, so if they don't have, like, just actual Ancient Grudge, we should have this. Like, land plus Ancient Grudge. Alright. Got game 2. Game 3 time. Yeah, my opponent having just, like, 9,000 bolts makes me really like Spirit Keeper. Even with the, like, the Rip Nombo. I think Spirit Keeper is really important in your, like, non-Rip games. Fuck. I think this hand might be a keep. Fuck. I mean, this thing being a Crusader would probably also be a bar, but like it wouldn't make this hand much better. Is this hand good enough? This hand feels like it might actually be good. I don't know. 5 is a lot of lands, but like Recipes is powerful if my opponent's not on a Delver draw. If they're on like Renin 6 and Tarmogoyf and Goose and stuff. Yeah, fuck it. We keepin'. Oh no, Delver of Secrets. Please cast Ponder. Fuck. Now we have like 8 removal spells and a bunch of flyers in the deck. To try to tackle a Delver. Am I supposed to Wasteland this Volk? This kind of depends on what I draw. The answer might be yes to some number of these questions. Wasteland this Volk, I'm a greedy son of a bitch. We have an answer to the Delver now, so I'm a little bit less pressured. So I kind of want to try to stumble them a little bit. Yeah. Nice Fugitive Wizard opponent. Oh, please don't have any more lands. Dang. Never lucky. Guess I gotta play around Spell Pierce. And more reasonably, I should probably play around Daze. Seeing as this is my only answer for Delver of Secrets currently. But Stoneforge will take a long time, but nice. 2 no flips. What you got, opponent? That's not a Renin 6. Is that a Tarmogoyf? Nice. I think I'm just gonna like play Path around Days into Rest in Peace around Days to handle this stuff. I'm gonna Path this Delver while my opponent's tapped out so I don't get Spell Pierced. Glacier 6, thanks for the 2-month resub. Large rat friend. She is. Large naked rat. Thank you for your continued support. Ooh, we have a Plow too. Hot dog. We'll Plow the Delver now because Path usually will gain them more life than like a 1/1's the least amount of life I can give them, right? Short of a Staticaster. The only bad news here is my opponent goes land True Name Nemesis. Even then. Come on, more Goyfs. Yeah, alright. We just have to hope my opponent doesn't Force a Will here. Force a Will would suck. I don't like this pause opponent. Dang it. Fourth Pitch Ponder. 2 cards left in hand. We might be priced into pathing a Tarmogoyf now. These things are 3/4s. They still have a Daze as one of their last 2 cards in hand. This just extremely blows. We're at 16. I think we do need to path one of these now. Alright, well, that's okay. We'll have to beat 1 Goyf now, at least. Come on, no true name. Don't true name me, opponent. This Ren 6 is also pretty bad for me. It's not the worst. My mana denial plan wasn't exactly kicking. I don't really have any excellence. Hey, stop that. Get down. Why are you being such a pest today, huh? Why are you being such a pest? Do I have to kick you out? Land drops isn't good either. Hallowed Spirit Keeper does not trade with a Tarmogoyf. It blocks, dies, and then Ren 6 can ping the single token that I get. Maybe I just have to play Stoneforge here for Batterskull. We can just cast the Batterskull, so probably not unreasonable. My opponent doesn't have like Ancient Grudge. Get out of here, punk. So Bone's going to hit infinite land drops, but Delver is not as great at taking advantage of that as some decks are. Goyf is a 4/5. Yeah, I don't care. You can get your foothills back. Will not block. Ooh, Prelate. Interesting. I wonder if I'm supposed to put Prelate on 2. My opponent doesn't have a Lightning Bolt, or they probably would have bolted. Prelate on 2 prevents Ancient Grudge on my Batterskull, which can be pretty relevant here. We're at 9, which means Goyf hits me to 5, Ren pings me to 4. Okay, we're not dead to like a single bolt. We can also block with the Batterskull if we really want to. Might actually be the play. We can also just Prelate on 1, which is still pretty solid. My concern is if my opponent has Ancient Grudge, I don't think I can win this game. My opponent would need Bolt into Ancient Grudge to win the game after that. So I think that's the better line. It does give them more access to like looks for those cards, because I give my opponent the ability to cast their cantrips and stuff still, but I don't think I can beat Ancient Grudge here, right? I would have to, if I put Prelate on 1 and they Ancient Grudge, I'd have to like chump block the Prelate basically. Work my way towards Spirit Keeper. Also doesn't turn off my removal spells. We still have like 3. We have 3 Plows left in the deck. It does turn off my other Rest in Peace. But like, that's 1 versus 3. I think 2 actually feels like the right number. Then we're gonna get our Batterskull trigger stifled or some bullshit. I wonder if I'm supposed to chump block with the Stoneforge and then put in the Batterskull here just to save life. Is that a main deck Blade Hold I see? No? I woke up from this dream into the nightmare called reality. poised to clean up this Renin 6 currently. Opponent could have any number of things, though. They have 4 cards in hand, and only don't have access to their 2s. They have, like, True Name here. It's pretty bad for me. Although, one of the cards in their hand currently is, just Wooded Foothills, right? You know, it doesn't matter Ren 6 being Hero of Bladehold, I suppose. Attack Ren. Nice. I did not expect that to go so well. Kind of don't even want to play my my Flicker Wisp here. Obviously he's not good at saving my Batter Skull, but I can leave up 3 mana. I think I'm just going to play Port and cast Spirit Keeper and leave up 3 to like pick up Batter Skull, and Flickers can like reset it if they deal with the Germ some way. I'm just gonna get Spirit Keeper into play. Leave up 3 mana for Batter Skull. They get a hard cast Force on this, I suppose. That's a card that could be in their hand. Don't think I'm super worried about that. I guess Goyf being a 6/7 is mildly concerning. But we have a 4/4 lifelinker. Wait, why is Goyf a 6/7? Am I missing a card type? Oh, enchantment. Yeah. I was like, there's no artifact. They did counter my Rest in Peace. Ponder, sure. This is one of the concerns about putting the Pellet on 2 instead of 1, but the Ponder also means that they need to like find more stuff. If they have the Ancient Grudge in hand, they need to find the Bolt. And if they have the Ancient Grudge in hand and we put it on 1, then they just grudge the Batter Skull and put us under. They did not shuffle, though, which I don't like. Fort Bolt. Yup. It's an Ancient Grudge. This is why we left up 3 mana. Issue is now we have to deal with the other half of the Ancient Grudge, and we only have 5 mana in play. So it's not the best plan in the world. I don't think I want to chump block this Goyf yet. I think I'll go to 7 here. I kind of want to try to feed more creatures into the thing, so I have like a bunch of spirits as chump blockers. I don't think a 7's like an incredibly risky life total or anything. I do also need to be like mildly wary of Rough Tumble as a possible thing my opponent could have to just like totally wreck me. If they can clear my Spirit Keeper or force me to chump block with the Spirit Keeper. What are they doing here? Wait, did they just fetch and fail to find? Oh yeah, there are other vaults in the grave. Our plan at this point. Oh no, they can't even Rough Tumble me. I mean, I guess they could actually tumble. How much does Tumble cost? The spirits have flying, so they can't actually rough them. But Tumble, is Tumble like 6 mana? Deals 6 damage to each creature with flying for 6 mana. So if we'd like port them off of Tumble and stuff. I think I'm happy just continuing to feed the Spear Keeper. I guess waiting this long I could draw them like Stifle, and they could stifle my Spear Keeper trigger, which would suck. We're also just clocking them. They're at 9. We block again, attack them down to 6, and then block the Goyf. We get 5 spirits. We almost just have lethal there. If we just keep finding creatures to feed to the Tarmogoyf. What is this? I'm scared. Are they going to kill the Spear Keeper before damage? That makes sense. One more land and we can cast Batterskull and pick it up through a Ancient Grudge. Opponent has cast 2 lightning bolts, one of which is a forked bolt. I think I'm going to attack with 2 spirits. If they have like exactly forked bolt, we get pretty punished. But I do want to try to clock them here. Uh-oh. Wasteland me. Set me back on my cast Batterskull through this Ancient Grudge plan. Maybe we'll just top deck a removal spell or something. Mother of Runes isn't bad. Does represent Goyf blockers. Uh-oh, Brainstorm, that's a lot of new cards. We want like Rest in Peace or 3 Plows. Foothills. Why did they play the Foothills? I guess to just take a damage shuffle away the Brainstorm cards. They don't have more lands, so. Let's make Sophie lethal. No, it doesn't. Because they have a Grudge. Ooh, Stoneforge is useful. They can force this if they want, but they have to pitch a card because they're tapped low enough. Yeah. Force pitch Daze. They're out. So they have 1 card in hand. They would need 2 bolts or like bolt plus. Yeah, they would need like 2 bolts to kill me. I think I might just attack with both spirits twice, right? Just block with the Mom, pro green it. They would have to bolt the Mom and then bolt my face to kill me here. Or put another creature type in the yard, which is basically impossible. I guess like Engineered Explosives, I think, would also kill me. I don't think there's an artifact yet. But I think... I mean, Engineered Explosives wreck me regardless. I think I'm going to attack with both spirits here. Maybe I wanted to be more aggressive in some of the past turns. To try to kill them easier here. Brainstorm, that's the way to do it. That's a good card to start killing me. They need like a removal spell, Bolt. Engineered Explosives. Delver doesn't do it. They could have a removal spell here, and then kill the mom. Well, no, they can't kill the mom. They'd have to kill a spirit after the mom activation. So I have to declare blocks here. If they kill the mom, they lose. So they have to, if they have like a bolt, they have to kill a spirit. They could have their electrickery again, in which case we just get wrecked, but not beating electrickery either. Stifle, okay, they're just dead. Cool. Good thing my opponent had Stifle in their deck instead of cards that had text. Whew. That was a close one. I think the Prolodon 2 play was like, at least I think it was good. I don't know. I assume my opponent had the Ancient Grudge. I'm not 100% sure on that, but given that they then like a turn down the line or something, they pondered, did not shuffle, and then bolted the Prolodon 2 and then immediately Ancient Grudge. I think they had the Grudge, and like getting that 4 life was super relevant. Just tuning what Delver you just beat. Oh, just Rug Delver. But I feel like that Prolodon 2 play was pretty heads up. Not to toot my own horn or anything. But gaining that 4 life was extremely relevant in that game. Really came down to the wire. I think I might have been able to attack a little bit more aggressively with some of those spirits. It might have just been like a little bit less dicey towards those final turns if I was a little bit more aggressive. Unsure. Pretty good. I played my first Legacy event this weekend. The split top 4 thanks to your sideboard guide and matchup analysis. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanks for coming and telling me about it. I really like hearing that people actually find the content that I do helpful. I don't know how useful the sideboard guide and stuff might have been to some people, but I'm glad it did some good. Always happy to help Death and Taxes players. Yeah, this hand is aggressively medium, but I think we have enough mana denial lands that I'm going to keep. There's a chance we just don't want to play Revoker on 2 if we don't know what my opponent's doing. In this meta, we could probably blind name Renin 6 and be reasonably well off. But I think Mom into like Ports and Wastelands is like reasonably strong, especially on the play. One goes to 5, alright. We're either dead or we're in business. Mold-5s, or Rashad and Port and Wasteland tend to be good against Mold-5s that don't involve a Grizzlebrand on turn 1 or 2. Basic Mountain, huh? This is like Red Prison, right? Do I port this or do I play Aether Vial? Kind of want to port it and play Aether Vial next turn, honestly. Porting seems good against my opponent's Mold-5. Opponent's just like Soul Land Chalice on 1-me. Mox, pitch, Warboss, pass. Interesting. Guess playing around Thalia. Kind of done for just revoking this Chrome Mox now, though. And playing this Aether Vial. I want to get pressure on board, and this does the same thing as porting. Because it puts a 2-1 in play. It does take away the Revoker from being able to name like a Chandra or something. I guess I could have just Wisped that Chroma. Oh, they have cards named to pitch. Wisp would have just been like a Raven's Crime. Hey, we did it. We just won. This kind of streams right up my alley. I've never played Legacy before, and sequencing can be very difficult to figure out in the dark. Yeah, especially with deck like Death and Taxes. It's definitely a really tough deck if you have not played Legacy before, but if you enjoy like the style of deck that Death and Taxes provides, then like if you get into Legacy, like this deck is just sweet. I love playing it. All right. So the Red Prison lists recently have all been on just quad Karn Grey Creator, which makes me want Pithing Needle in the matchup more, and makes me want like more Cataclysms. Because suddenly there are like 2 ways to lose the game. It's just like getting cheesed by Karn and like getting cheesed by a bunch of Ravels. So I think I will sideboard accordingly. And that means that I'm probably cutting all the Moms, the Tomic, the Crusader, and 2 Thalias? Don't I usually cut something else? Why do I usually cut all my Oh no, not the Jailer. Why am I cutting the Jailer? Jailer's good at like the grind fest things, and sometimes it's useful. I guess it's not great against like War Boss or Rabble because they like make the token too. But maybe I should be cutting Jailer. Maybe Jailer's not good in this matchup. If the 2 games you lose are like Karn Cheese and like early War Bosses, maybe like Athalia is more relevant than this Palace Jailer. We have some pretty relevant recruiter targets already. Jailer is only really good when you're stuck behind like a bunch of bridges and you need to like recruit a Jailer to just draw cards to find like your Cataclysms and your Judgments more. I wonder if Jailer's actually cuttable in this matchup. That might actually be the case. With like 3 Cataclysms too. We don't need Jailer. We'll Crusader over Cat Daddy because of Tarmo. Mostly because of like Baleful Strixes and just the general whole Grixis controls deal. I'm not that scared of Tarmogoyf. If I wanted to be teching for like Delver, I would still be playing Vermaz. I'm gonna keep this hand and fucking die to some War Bosses, but this hand's strong against a decent medley of stuff. If we get turn 1 Chalice, it's kind of a bummer. Yeah, this is a Chalice Lloyd, alright. Could be worse. We could have, like, no castables here. At least could, like, port next turn into, like, a Council's Judgment or something if we need to. What is this? Another Chalice? Deal. Does my opponent know how Death and Taxes works? Like, I don't have that many ones. Deal. I'll let them see the Rishadan port. Because I want to just have double port ready next turn. Oh man, hopefully I don't have Sulfur Elemental. Oh, thank God, it's just Goblin Rabblemaster. Do you ever lose sleep over the equity you're losing by not splitting your plans to bluff Afterlife and Dodge Predict? I would lose sleep if I was splitting my lands. Huh. What do I want to do this turn? Do I just want to Judgment this Rabblemaster and just hit them for 4? I kind of want to be just porting this Ancient Tomb and stuff. Maybe I'll just attack with the Revoker. If they want to turn their Chromox back on, I can just like double port them. don't, we sell Thalia back to block their shit. Alright, I'm fine with this exchange. We have plenty of land drops here. I'm start attacking with the Thalia next turn. Alright, well we don't need this yet, but I'll take some Rubbins. Do I just cast Recruiter in single port? What do I even recruit for? Another Evoker for Chrome Mox. Flicker Wisp. They can't even, like, 4-drop me next turn without a Spirit Guide. Because we have Thalia in play. I'll recruit something. I'll recruit this Religion and Relic Order. Next turn we can, like, Relic Ward Chrome Mox double port if they don't do anything scary. Sure, man. Punished for not getting a Revoker, I guess. And then they boarded in Scab Clan Berserker. Alright, cool. They boarded in Scab Clan Berserker. Alright. That's a normal thing to do. Opponent's gonna Sulfur Elemental me. Get me good. I don't know if they still don't have it. Even if they did Sulfur Elemental, we have like Council's Judgment it into Cataclysm and then continue to punch them in the face. It's like not the end of the world. Can't Pithing Needle Chrome Mox. Also can't Pithing Needle through 2 Chalices on one. I guess technically we could. No, we only have 7 mana, right? Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this costs 4, so we couldn't kill this. And I'll just pass the turn. They're just dead next turn. Let's not do anything crazy. Hey, we did it. Turns out Red Prison matchup still very good. There was a 75 card Red Prison mirror in the finals of the last challenge, so maybe D&T's in an okay spot if the Red Prison decks have finally started becoming relevant and bullying all these like Ren and 6 piles. Though notably, Red Prison does get at least a little bit hurt by like everyone starting to play Blue Blast to beat Ren and 6 and to a lesser extent Arcanist. So like at least all the blue decks have like Blue Blast to blow up Blood Moons or to like tag Blood Moons on the stack. Obviously, boarding in Blue Blast against the Turbo Chalice deck, not the best thing in the world, but you know, take what you can get. So far, Crusader has never been relevant, right? I think we cut it both times, right? I ended up boarding Crusader out instead of Spirit Keeper versus Red Delver, which seemed to go well. Just made 9,000 chump blockers for a 6/7 Tarmogoyf. And had Vigilance, which just, like, let me attack for, like, 6, I think, before it died. Versus Crusader, which obviously could have blocked a Tarmogoyf indefinitely, but also just died to any stiff breeze. As soon as my opponent found a bolt, they just like, alright, bolt your Crusader, kill you. Which would have sucked. Granted, we could have, like, we played 2 Flicker Wisps, and we, like, just threw them into the Tarmogoyf earlier on. So, like, if we had Crusader there, we could just have been keeping Crusader back and just, like, beating them up with Flicker Wisps. We could even have been, like, attacking with Crusader for 4 and then Wisp the Crusader to give it Vigilance. So, like, maybe Crusader would have been decent there. Well, that plan's also risky against Stifle. And then obviously Crusader, not great against the mono red deck with a bunch of I guess not, they don't really have a lot to deal with it, but they have like Fiery Confluence and shit, and it doesn't have high toughness. It's not like Brimaz is okay in the Red Prison matchup because it survives Abrades and Fiery Confluence and stuff. Crusader's just a dirtily beater. 2/2 double strike for 3. Alright. This hand is solid. These are like the best hands you can get without having Aether Vial. Just like the Momthalia and like a bunch of very relevant cards. Especially in this meta. A lot of good Swords to Plowshares matchups. A lot less like Miracles and stuff floating around. Oh man, Red Present again. Burn? I'm just gonna play Thalia, so let my opponent figure out what to do. Not a lot. I guess it could be like Blue Red Delver still too. Burn? Burn. Nice. Don't really want to put this Prelate on 1 with 2 Swords to Plowshares in my hand. Might just like play Stoneforge Mystic here. Could put Prelate on like 2, but they don't have Shatter as main deck. They could have some like Searing whatevers. I think I'm just down Stoneforging for Batter Skull. I'm at 18 after I cast this. Yeah, let's just go get a Batter Skull. If I had a 4th land in my hand, I'd probably just go get Jite, but even if I draw land 4 here, I guess I'll like Plow plus Batter Skull or something. Yeah. If they have like Searing effects or something and kill my Thalia, we can just use the Plow. Although they'd probably go for the Stoneforge. Yeah, I'm a coward. I'm not going to block that. I want them to like bolt my Stoneforge and kill my Thalia. I guess that's a reason to go for GTA 2, right? Oh, nice. They just have a Rift Bolt. Deal. Ooh, land number 4. Deal. Things appear to be going well for me. Where's this Rift Bolt going? Upstairs? Makes sense. I'll leave their Eidolon and play, let them fucking die to it. Nice. The old Rift Bolt your face concede plan. I'll take it. Is 3 Judgments too many versus Burn? Perhaps. We'll find out after we cut all the bad cards. Tomic sucks. Revokers suck. We want at least these, I think. Maybe this other Judgment. Probably cut this Ancient Tomb. probably cut something for the Stutter Judgment. It's probably better than, like, a Flicker Wisp. Spirit Keeper actually might be okay. Burn, like, sometimes takes this weird control stance, especially post-board. If they, like, searing a bunch of your things, Spirit Keeper can at least be, like, a sticky threat. I think Flicker Wisp kind of sucks. Recruiter's also kind of slow, but sometimes you need to, like, go find your Stoneforge. I think cutting, like, a Wisp for another Judgment isn't the worst thing in the world. The old one-drop Chalice hand. Also, we have a Lotus Petal, but this hand is, like, stacked enough that I still want to keep it. It's a little awkward, though, because if they, like, play a thing, I want to plow it, and then we have to, like, not Aether Vial, because we'll probably Chalice on one the next turn, but it's probably fine. Oh, God. Wow, alright, maybe we won't Chalice. Fuck. Wait, we have 8 cards in hand, so I'll just... I think discarding a Karakas might be... and letting me get another guide trigger might be more relevant. I think I'd discard a Lotus Petal here. I think I'd rather cash in this Karakas for a chance to hit another land off this Goblin Guide, honestly. Or like even kill an Eidolon. I think I'd rather kill the Eidolon here. Reveals another Aether Vial, huh? I'm just gonna kill this Eidolon right now, so I can have 6. This Goblin Guy's gonna beat me the fuck up, though. How much more damage can we take from this Goblin Guide? Do I just need to get this Chalice in play? Just get Mother of Runes online. Blaze the Mom. Take 1,000,000. Plan is to Chalice on 1 and hope that's good enough. Is that even a plan, though? Reveal Sword. Oh, I forgot Sword of Fire and Ice. Oops. Sword of Fire and Ice is generally, like, just too clunky in this matchup. It's the worst of your 3 equipments. So if we Chalice on 1, we could still just take 3, die to anything, but we can't beat anything, right? If we play Stoneforge, we're still just, like, dying to anything, so the plan is to try to use Chalice to brick... Like, hopefully their hand's all 1s. They could cast them into the Chalice and not lethal me here. And then we still are dead. Maybe we don't even want to reveal that we have Chalice of the Void. Yeah, hard to beat the creature blaze draws, especially with as clunky as our hand was, and on the draw. Reveals Prelate. Prelate might be something. If my opponent's hand has nothing. Prelate on 2, Violent Stoneforge. Or we could also be dead. That's not dead, but it's close. As it currently stands, we're going to go to 1. If they can cast any spell, we lose, right? Because we're going to cast this Prelate, go to 2, and then Violent Stoneforge, and we'll be able to, like, block. We should die to a Stiff Breeze here. They can literally just cast a 1-drop into the Chalice, and they have lethal. And as it stands, we need a chump block with the Stoneforge Mystic. And we can't get, and we can't cast a GT thrower on Prelate. I guess our Prelate's trading, so it doesn't really matter. Reveals GT. Yeah, well, that's not a good draw. Anyway. She's gonna kill me. Yeah, alright, we did. We literally cannot beat that because we are 2 life. And we'll go to game 3. I think I'd rather have a Wisp than... Actually, might rather have a Tomic than a Wisp. Tomic, like, is a 2-3. It blocks the 2-2s and comes down a turn earlier. Maybe that's the play. Just, like, still cut a Wisp instead. This other stuff all seems fine. I don't think this hand is good enough. Surfboard is good, but I don't think it's worth keeping a 7 that has nothing else going for it. Fucking Caracas. I mean, I'll keep this. I'm just gonna shove a Caracas. It's not like they have wastelands. This is easily a hand that just, like, doesn't hit double white ever and dies. But if we have, like, Mom Stoneforge, they have their work cut out for them. They could easily just, like, Bolt Blaze or something, though. Do I grab GTA or Batterskull here? I might just grab Batterskull. GTA means that I need to find a creature, which I guess is probably more reasonable than finding 5 mana. Especially because next turn we can cast GTA and hold up a plow. Yeah, alright, we'll actually get GTA. We just need to find a creature that doesn't cost white versus, like, hitting 5 lands. Hey, more lands, I'll take it. The amount of people that keep one-landers against Death and Taxes just never ceases to amaze me. I might just, like, plow and port, honestly. Just don't even get this GTA online. I mean, this doesn't do anything, right? I can just, like, do the whole thing next turn if I want. And that gets me a guaranteed GTA connection. Gains me 4 life before it gets shattered, if they find the second land. Like, people keep one-landers as burn against open text. It's like, do you just want to, like, completely die to a Thalia? What's the correct D&T staple to tattoo on my arm? It's a good question. Swords, Plowshares. Alright, well, I'll cast another one. I don't know. I mean, Thalia is obviously, if you're, like, a huge D&T fan, Thalia's the obvious choice, but it could also be a little weird contextually. You have to, like, explain it to people. I'm just gonna slam this GTA. If they have a bolt, just unfortunately at least gains me 3 life. Nice. Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp was a good one. What do they have here? Shatter? Yep. Ooh, light up the stage, huh? Exile Eidolon, Eidolon. Sure, bud. Ooh, Spirit Keeper actually, like, is useful here. Yeah, there's something to be said for, like, the aesthetic choice too. Like, Caracas is pretty good. Some of, like, the more, like, iconic, like, just good looking arts that don't, like, look weird on an arm necessarily. I'm gonna, like, 1-drop into Eidolon or something. Yep. Deal. I'll block. Kind of just want to Relic Ward this Eidolon. If I had triple white, I might Relic Ward and plowman Relic Warder. Oh no, that doesn't gain me anything because I'd be casting the plow while Eidolon's still in play. I'll play Wasteland. I play around like pop. My board state is currently pretty poppable. And we can still like port once. But yeah, we're at 19 right now, so I think we can afford to just Relic Ward this Eidolon. One of the Aether Vial arts is like probably pretty iconic in terms of like referencing Death and Taxes. It's an interesting block choice. You're at 19. What are you doing chump blocking with a Monastery Swift Spear? Am I missing something? Like, I mean, the Monastery Swift Spear is not attacking anytime soon, but still. I'm just gonna plow this Eidolon. Just get Thalia, play with Thalia's Sleeves and play Matt. And then only play and count out any bad hands my opponents keep. I tell this story a lot, but one time there was an SCG I played at a long time ago where my opponent unrolls their custom made Jace the Mind. It's like Jace the Mind Sculptor, and you know how his hands are like this in the center of the art or whatever. Inside his hands were Counterbalance and Sensei's Divining Top, and then he goes turn 1 Mountain Goblin Guide attack you. It was the funniest shit. I almost just want to cast Batter Skull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to cast Batter Skull that badly. Just gonna beat my opponent's face in for a million. I don't think I'm going to double port. I think there's like a non-zero chance my opponent just like left in Price of Progress, and there's no reason to like lose to some garbage. Like, I don't want to just get popped for 8 for no reason. Am I getting popped? Fire Blast the Spirit Keeper. They're going to like... Volcanic Fallout's an instant, right? Are they going to, like, Wrath my board here? Then they're down to 1 land. And we just get cast Batter Skull as a follow-up. Yeah, this tracks. But we get to plow our own Relic Order in response to the Volcanic Fallout. Oh, wait, they just don't have it? Okay. They're just gonna die. Oh, okay. I guess I'll play the Mom. Is Volcanic Fallout an instant? Okay, cool, they died. We did it. Maybe I should have been porting both their lands now. No, they only had 2. But yeah, if you wanted to get like a whole D&T theme going, it's probably like Aether Vial, Thalia, Stoneforge, like Wasteland or Port or something. Just like the cards that really make D&T D&T. What are you doing down there, kitty? Huh? Do you want to come up here? Are you done being a pest? You were so annoying at the start of the stream. Ow, God. Oh, that hurt. God, yeah, trim those nails. Jesus. sand is good enough. No turn 1 play, but like strong turn 2s. We have plow, we got recruiter. How sharp are your claws? Am I slacking? I'm cutting your nails? Ooh, I am. Got some sharp claws, kitty. If my opponent plays Delver, would I cast plow into it? Oh. There are a lot of scary Verdant Catacombs decks. Okay, never mind. It's not a forest. It's a swamp. So, like, depths. Could still be, like, red-black Reanimator. All they need is, like, black fetches. Still have Thoughtseize. Guess we'll kind of see based on what they take here. I think my play will be Thalia, unless they take Thalia, in which case I think my play is Stoneforge. Question is, what do I grab? Would have been nice. So what could my opponent be doing? It's probably like depths or red-black. If it's red-black, my Stoneforge decision really doesn't matter. If it's depths, I kind of want Jite, because Jite cleans up like Hex Mages and like Bobs and shit. And like pressures Sylvan Safekeepers. Is there a Verdant Catacomb Swamp deck where I would want like Batter Skull over these things? Probably. Like, Batter Skull's not that bad against stuff like Depths, too. Like, it does pressure them. Maybe we'll just get Batter Skull to be on the safe side. We have a Plow to deal with like a Dark Confidant or something if they play Bob or Hexmage or something next turn. Like, Plow it, put it in Batter Skull. We still have a Recruiter to go find more tools. Hello, kitty. None of Thoughtseize, alright. Makes my decision a lot easier. Next turn, oh, 1-lander? Guess we're just gonna port plus Aether Vial here. Porting seems really strong. I still don't know what my opponent's doing, but like, who keeps a 1-lander that's just land Thoughtseize? It must be like pretty close to doing something relevant, right? Concerned it's red-black and I need to close as quickly as possible. That probably involves like porting and recruiting for Thalia or something. If they like Entomb here, Fatal, what the? That's not a card I was expecting out of any Verdant Catacombs Swamp Thoughtseize deck. Are we just playing against like Pox or something? Does Pox play like just Fatal Push? More Flicker was just nice to go with my Recruiter plan. So they're not wastelanding my port, which means I think they don't want to wasteland my port if they don't have to. Like they're inclined to cast a spell here. But if I leave my port up, it forces them to wasteland here. Otherwise, I get to port their colored source. If I like tap out for a Recruiter, they don't have to wasteland this port, and that could give them access to more mana that way. Other problem being that if I do get wastelanded, I'm setting myself behind pretty far because I'd have to wait for this vial to take them to 3 before anything happens. I think I'd rather wait though. I think I'm okay in the long. I have like a lot of long game value here. Unless we like himmed to oh wow, there's not even wastelanding me. Guess that's the best world then. Just don't have anything. What is dog doing? She's licking herself. Well, I can't really wasteland their wasteland. Oh, well, it's untapped at least. I could play a Flicker Wisp this turn. Because I could, like, Wisp a land now and then, like, port the swamp or force the wasteland activation still. Kind of just down for infinite value here. I still don't know what's happening. I'm just gonna like Urborg him me for like my two best cards. We're just gonna get fucked. Oh, we're going down now. Please don't stab me with your long claws. Oh god. That's a lot of stabbing. Okay, so this is just Pox, right? But like Mutavault seems worse than Factory. I don't know what's happening. Can you be less... Hey, sit on my shoulder or go down. You can't just lay on my chest. Doesn't work like that. At least that's Mutavault now, at least. Just gonna let my Vial take up. I'm gonna finally pull the trigger on my Rashad port before I have Flicker Wisp up. That would probably be the wise play. Then I just send them back to the Stone Age with this Wasteland. And like just recruit, I would just recruit Thalia and cast it and just like, I'm probably still going to do all that though. Just Violent Recruiter, cast, or I guess Wasteland this Mutavault, Violent Recruiter, cast Thalia. I don't know, because I still have port access if I, as it currently sits. Step 1, kill. So I didn't actually need to do that. I could have just recruit Thalia ported. Yeah, I think Thalia here, man. We're gonna like recruiter Thalia and just get like fucking plague engineered. Main deck plague engineered, just get savaged. Yeah, let's get Thalia. I want to get this recruiter into play to start like wisping it and shit. If we have plague engineered, I can at least plow it and start rebuilding. Oh, hang on. This is not what I expected. Force of will pitching Baleful Strix, you say? What? What? Putting like Lily Last Hope, my fucking recruiter? Oh god, what's happening? We're suddenly so dead. Where did it all go wrong? What a mistake I've made. A fatal miscalculation. I'm just gonna get sword here. I still don't know what deck they're playing. I mean, I think we're still pretty favored here. My opponent only has 2 cards left in hand. Like, what deck plays all these cards? Is it like, it's not, does Ninjas play Last Hope? Because that would explain the Mutavault. Ninjas would explain the Mutavault, right? But like, does Ninjas want to main deck Last Hope? Fatal Push. We could save it using the Wisp. And then the Wisp dies to the Lily uptick. I think I'd rather try to clear the Lily. I don't think I care about the Stoneforge or the GT. I just flick goes the Lily in their main 2 here. Yeah, I think I would put them on Ninjas as well. That's my best guess. Ninjas that just has... I think it does come back at 3, right? Yeah. So we wisp this Lily out. have another removal spell on their 2 cards. So then we can clear the Lily. Sure. They're worried about like Sword plus Connect. They don't have Fatal Push here. They're pretty fucked though. I think I'm happy casting Sword this turn. Not boarding them, but getting the Sword online, just making sure they're dead. Keep the other Wisp in hand for protection. Gonna kill my Wisp in the upkeep. Liliana's Triumph. Man, I can't Whisper around that. That's mean. They got me good, I guess. Wasteland? Flicker Wisp, not bad. I think casting a Wisp just telegraphs I have the second Wisp. I could like cast a Wisp, flicker my land, and still port them, and then hold on my other Wisp, but I don't think that really matters that much. Flicker one, port the other. I could just like flicker out a land. That might be relevant just because I'm not getting any better flicker value. Like if they like land Strix me here. I hate Flicker Wisping lands against Fatal Push decks, though. Flicker is my own land, but I have to do it right now. Play into, like, some random sorcery speed shit. That's probably what I'm gonna do, though. And I have 2 Fatal Push in the yard. This makes it so that I don't have to invest 2 mana into it as well. We're just connecting. It's probably a game. Probably wanted to flicker. Flicker one, port the other was probably the play though. Because that plays around Fatal Push, because the card doesn't leave on their turn, so Revolt's not online. Now they take 1,000,000. Not a Wasteland, but now that we have some things to protect, don't really want to aggressively put in this other Wisp. Should have the game pretty locked up here. So it seemed like really controlling to just be ninjas, right? Like they just had a Liliana and Liliana's defeat, or whatever, not defeat, triumph? Whatever. Liliana's edict thing. But like, there's no other deck that's going to be playing like Mutavault and Baleful Strix in it, right? Lily's Triumph, yeah, that's the one. Do I need to find a ninjas list online? Because I have no idea what the fuck I should be sideboarding. I imagine Council's Judgment's a pretty good hedge. Like, if they have ninjas, I probably want Path. If they're, like, way more controlling, I probably want Cataclysm. Do I want Pithing Needle? Probably not. What cards suck? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Are plows bad? Is my opponent playing a control deck? I imagine Tomic's probably not good here. Why do they have a Mutavault in their deck? There's no way they're playing Mutavault unless they're like actually ninjas, right? Wish I could tell you what I just got here. This is a very confusing game one. There was a point where I was like pretty sure they were on like Pox or some random garbage, and then they like Force of Will, pitch Strix, untap, Misty Rainforest, fetch UC, Lily, Last Hope me, and it's like suddenly this got very out of hand. Like, they had a Mutavault in their deck. Cut, like, one Revoker. And another... Plow? No, there's no way they're not. I think they're ninjas. My best guess is ninjas, because why on earth would you be playing Mutavault in your just blue-black control deck? Now, if they're on ninjas, Thalia does get a considerable amount worse, actually. Maybe we'll just play like this, just board pretty conservatively. Don't necessarily need the path. Hey, do you mind? Do you mind, kitty? Huh? You want to stop? You want to stop that? Huh? Huh? You want to stop being a pest? Why you gotta be here all the time? Yeah, this is pretty good as ninjas. Straight blue-black has fits against equipment. I get Thoughtseize my sword, obviously, but we're gonna get fucking Plague Engineered so bad. Plague Engineered is probably pretty good at ninjas. You can even like reset it, just attack, ninjutsu it. Aether Vial. Oh, I'm a god. Bow down, peasants. Flooded Strand? And Verdict Catacombs. I guess like they just need off-color fetches. They didn't force my Aether Vial, which makes me think that they had, what, 2 looks at a Force of Will? So casting the Stoneforge is probably pretty safe. It probably dies, so it'd be cool if we could like protect it with Mom. But like, we can also just cast a Batterskull. Skull. We already have Sword in play. If I had like a port here, I'd love to be porting or casting Thalia or doing anything else. This also forces them to answer the Stoneforge instead of doing anything else. Next turn we still have like, well, Violent and Mom on end step. You can cast the sword. And if they don't have a removal spell, we just get to fucking Batterskull them to death. Because like I said before, blue-black has some serious fits trying to deal with equipment. Oh man, what if they edict me? Man, what if I don't Violent end step? If they don't do anything. Alright, never mind. They're just killing it. I was supposed to leave. Oh, fuck. I was too busy thinking about the next turn. I'm definitely leaving this vial on 1. I was about to say, I was supposed to leave this vial on 1 to put it in my other Mom, but I'm an idiot. But now I definitely leave it on 1. And cast this sword, I think, better than Prelate. Really like to have a Mom in play here, though. That's not summoning sick. It looks really weird to not put in a 1-drop and then also leave Vial on 1. One of those 2 decisions is probably a misplay. Maybe they just had Fatal Push the whole time and we're secret geniuses. Just forcing them to leave out mana. That would not have been... If I knew my opponent had Fatal Push in hand, I still would have put in the Mother of Runes. It's like not even a good plan. Ninjutsuing me. Yuriko, sure. Reveal Fatal Push, wow. Wow, the ultimate punish. Holy shit. What if I just keep not putting this Mom and I just put this Prelate on 1 or some stupid shit? Just cast Prelate on 1 and then cast Mom and then also keep leaving this Vial on 1. Gonna do that. continue to play obscenely poorly. Yeah, it's fine. Why do we even have to file this game? Because I'm really bad at Magic. I think the second choice of not putting them on was actually correct. The first one was just very, very bad and possibly cost me like this whole game. Then another edict. I was thinking about even filing the mom in response to the first edict. So I didn't get second edicted, but that'll just not play around the second mom. Me playing so poorly has caused them to get wrecked. Do I attack here? Is me drawing a card and dealing them like 6 damage? Because it kind of depends on what we draw, but... I'll just cast Batterskull here. It's like not unreasonable. Just wait till next turn. We could also hit them for 6. 6 is a lot. And like, they're hard pressed to deal with a prelate. Be able to make SCG feel this weekend? Nah, I don't go to a lot of paper tournaments. I'm in St. Louis, which is kind of far away from like every Legacy event, so I only usually make it out for like 2-ish a year. Let's go with Batterskull. Don't really like them drawing extra cards. If their plan to beat the prelate was just like cast a bunch of Liliana's Triumphs. Ran D&T for Teams Legacy Classic and wasn't too impressed with my deck. Seemed like the Chalice seems really, yeah, Red Prison was like the Red Prison mirror was in the finals of the challenge. Never been to an SCG event. I'm big nervous. Have I told you the story of my very first Legacy SCG event? My very first competitive REL Legacy match? I've told the story a lot on stream and stuff before, but obviously not everyone hears it every time. But let's make this vial up to 3. It's not a good draw. Never heard it. Alright, give me a second. I'll tell it in a second. I think... Equip Sword to Batterskull Punch. What do I get punished by? They can't Fatal Push the Germ. Could equip to... Yeah, I think I'll equip here. If they don't have anything, they're just getting brutalized for 8, so... If they do have something, I still have Prelate back to keep blocking this Yuriko. Interesting. That's interesting. I wonder what I want to do in response to this. It might be sack the Germ. Then equip the sword to the prelate, and I can like pick up the Batterskull and put it back into play or something, or even just like put the Batterskull on the prelate. I could alternatively, like I know they have a Fatal Push in hand, but I also could just hit them for 8 and or hit them for 6 and kill a Snapcaster Mage and draw a card. And if I draw a 3-drop, if I draw like any creature, I'm pretty set. By sacking this prelate, they have 5 cards in hand. Huh. Definitely an interesting choice. Let's look at to gain 6 life, which is a lot. Then I like, still have to deal with this Batterskull. Yeah, I kind of like sacking Germ, honestly. It's definitely a cool, interesting decision point, though. I think I'll sack the Germ. And then I think I'm going to equip Sword to the Prelate and have the ability to pick up the Germ if I want to. I have no idea how many answers to a Prelate on 1 they have in their deck, considering they've burned a lot of edicts. But like, I don't know if they have like the Veil or like weird 2-drop shit. looks like I'm... Maybe I'm not picking... Maybe I'm just going to town with this Prelate. I might just put the Batterskull on the Prelate now. And just punch them. That's probably the play. Just draw a 3-drop, make my life easy. Nice. Crunch. I'll ping a Baleful Strix. Port this Mutavault. They're our only blocker currently. Nice, we did it. Alright, beat Blue-Black Ninjas. Anyway, first ever Legacy event. I've a competitive REL Legacy event I'm in. It was like SCG. I think it was actually in St. Louis, ironically, before I lived here. It was a long time ago, like 2014 maybe, 2015. I don't remember, but I sit down round 1 of my first ever competitive REL Legacy event. And my we roll dice. Let's see who goes first. My opponent wins the die roll, casts Gitaxium Probe, looks at my hand, and says to me, just audibly says, "Oh, nice, you're not a Force of Will deck," and goes, "Land, Darkrit, LED, Infernal Tutor, Crack LED, Pass in Flames, Darkrit, Infernal Tutor, Tendrils you on turn 1." Game 2. As my first turn, land, Aether Vial. My opponent goes, turn 1, land, Darkrit, triple Dread of Night. It was not a good day. That was an okay day. I almost made day 2. I was like, I think I lost maybe my win in it, or maybe my round 8 for day 2. My opponent, looking back on it, absolute psychopath. Played 3 Dread of Nights in hand. How long have you playing D&T? 20 since 2013, I guess. Like 6 years, something like that. Is Blue-Black Ninjas on my list? Probably not. Possibly. Yeah, that person did not want to lose to Death and Taxes that day, I guess. Which was extremely funny considering how badly positioned Death and Taxes was at the time. It was like right at the peak of like of True Name Jeskai Delverblade, and that matchup was just absolutely horrendous for Death and Taxes. It was like, oh, they have bolts and plows and Stoneforge and True Name Nemesis. It was just impossible to win. That matchup was so fucking bad. And this guy was just like, definitely not losing to Death and Taxes today. My 3 Dread of Nights, just in case. Also, like, Dark Raiding into 3 of them serves absolutely no purpose besides just BMing. There's no reason why you would need all 3 in play on turn 1. It was just exclusively BM. Yeah, you need 1, and then if your opponent's like Ethersworn Canonist, then it's like, okay, I'll cast the second one on turn 2. Like, you don't need to burn the Dark Ritual. 100% for BM. Would have been justice if I had like won that game with a Phyrexian Revoker or something. But no, I drew a bunch of white creatures and died horribly. I had 5 cards in my deck that could kill at that point, I think. I guess if you count the Stoneforge Mystics, there were like 9. Because there were like 4 Rogers in the Batterskull, and then the Stoneforges. Justice Fracturing Gust. Yeah, some like back to nature shit. Serenity, I think, would do that in white. Blow it up my Aether Vial. Yeah, exactly. That's when they draw only lands, and then you go like revoke your LEDs into Batterskull, get you. That's my story of my first ever Legacy SG, so don't sweat it. It probably won't go worse than that. A legit for us already was a card. Dredge plays in the sideboard. It's the only reason I know it exists. This hand sucks. I think this hand sucks a lot. Yeah, well, it sucks a moderate amount. It's definitely, I think, a mull. Like a dicey 2-land Batter Skull's like already a mull again. Yeah, your first round cannot go as badly as that. Like, I got to take one game action that whole match. Anyway, this hand sucks. This hand's not that much better, but I think it's better enough, and I don't want to go to 5. Opponent kept 7. I think I'm going to push the Jite. We have 2 Stone Forges. We can just go get it again. We probably don't need all 3 equipment. Oh dear. We're getting Crashing Footfalls, huh? Rug Waterfalls time. Stop getting upset over those. If you can't play, it's not worth the emotional strain. Yeah, that's definitely true. Sometimes you just like, well, I wasn't gonna win this game, this match. My opponent just had my number today. Oh yeah, I hate the games where it's like you have the line and you just manage to fuck it up. Fuck. Wanted to have this Faith of Vow last turn for sure. I think we're just gonna cast Stoneforge for Skull and then get it bolted or whatever. Footfalls is scary. I almost want to play this Aether Vial, just because my hand is so... Maybe Aether Vial is actually correct here. They just have Bolt that I don't even affect their mana at all. And, like, my hand is incredibly mana tight right now. Ah, fuck. Force Bit Brainstorm. I realized I was the worst sucked at Magic. Hey, we all gotta suck before we get good. I was fucking terrible at Death and Taxes. My buddy who got me into Legacy. I was like telling the story already earlier this stream. The person who got me into Legacy played Rug Delver and used to beat the shit out of me all the time. He got me into Legacy and then was like, "Oh man, this Rug Delver matchup's so tough." And then that was a long time before I realized how good that matchup was. Plus, oh yeah. So, I mean, that's definitely like a tough line if you don't see it immediately, because like, how often is Reach on? Oh, I guess if you say literally the entire reason I play Tarkas is for +1/+1 at Reach. It's usually for like the Anthem, right? It's because it's like 3 damage plus Anthem. But I don't know how often it's relevant in like Zoo. Man, this game is not going our way. Is that a Crusader? It is. This is the first time we've drawn it. Hey, like in Brimaz, we cut it for this Crusader. But Brimaz is pretty sweet, though. I was trying out Crusader because I wasn't sure if I wanted it or not. Yeah, that's mean. Crusader blocks big rhinos. That's scary. Spirit Keeper's been good to me. This is bad. Opponent's about to make... we're just dead, right? My opponent's gonna footfalls me? Jesus, yeah, we're fucked. We're running game 2 here. Yeah, our hand just like really didn't pan out. I think if we had like actually had a little bit more mana to work with, we could have done something, but now we're just extremely behind. I probably should have actually played Stoneforge, knowing that... What the fuck? They just have a Goblin Crater Maker in their deck? Alright, good to know, I guess. I probably should have played Stoneforge, though. Just, like, force them to, like, bolt it or just make a bunch of rhinos. But yeah, Goblin Crater Maker seems really weird. It's a weird ass card. Third from the left, Hallowed Spirit Keeper. Rug Rhinos, huh? Pretty creature heavy version looks of it. And Needle may be good. They usually have some amount of planeswalkers in there. But like, this is probably fine. They usually have like Punishing Fire and shit in this deck, or like Tarmogoyfs at least. I think this board plan is decent. Mirror's here might be good enough. If they have Punishing Fire, I like it a lot less, but the ability to just eat rhinos is pretty nice. I think Revokers suck, even though they probably have Renin 6. Jailer probably sucks. It's like kind of a grindy matchup, but I don't know. Jailer seems weak. Gets like double 4/4s and stuff. Like 5 cards. Is Thalia any good? Thalia's probably pretty good. Tomic is good against Renin 6, not good against anything else. Spirit Keeper might be bad if I'm on the Rip plan. Doesn't block particularly well. Should have like Athalia. We still have 3 cuts. Jesus, we're bringing in so many cards. Streamer, where's your Tekken Stone? Man, Tekken Stone would have been sick last game. Faux show. Maybe we'll just trim Thalias. No idea. Like, I don't know enough about my opponent's deck to board very intelligently. Just gonna trim things and play game 2. Hopefully that goes better than the game 1. That's hand solid. Please don't force a will my Aether Vial. Alright, it's a good step 1. I don't think I want to cast Stoneforge there. Arcanist could be a little bad for me here. Renin 6 means my Wasteland isn't going to be very good. Maybe we should have actually cast GTA there, because I wasn't going to port. Didn't really think about that. I was thinking that port might be relevant in like porting down a land and then putting my Mom into play. The possibility that that line's just bad. Got a white source here. Pretty good. Now we'll decide between Sword and Batterskull. Probably the Skull. Dak Faden. Yike. Wait, really? Really want my Aether Vial, I guess. So Sword's a guaranteed connect here. I can just use all my mana, put in the Sword, equip to the Mom, attack their face, and clear the deck. I might want to just draw cards. I'm pretty far behind. Sword's worse against like a second deck, I suppose. That could be pretty disastrous. Attack their face. Kill the deck. Draw a card. And like Violent Dreadhorde Arcanist get me. They have like a second deck. We're pretty far behind. don't have a second deck, we get to dunk on them pretty hard. No shuffle. Shardless into visions. That's pretty good. Man, if they just have like a fucking Tarmogoyf. Clean up discarded ancestral visions. Alright, Tarmogoyf's less scary now. I might just get my GT online. Because if they have like Tarmogoyf plus Force of Will, this goes pretty poorly. Nice, they don't have anything. I'm gonna kill the Shardless Agent with the shock. Ooh, rest in peace. That's certainly not nothing. What the fuck did they mean? Oh no, they stole my vial. This is owned by me. They dacked it. I wonder if I actually wanted to use the GTA counters to kill the Shardless. If they had like Grudge here. Bolt the Stoneforge. Come back after having a real long day, and this is the nonsense I see you wake up to. Hey, this isn't my fault. This is all on my opponent. I guess I should have pumped. That was bad. Again, if my opponent finds Shatters, then I look like a fool for doing all of this. Let's cast Rest in Peace and Stoneforge Mystic. I think we have this game pretty locked up, though. Even if they have Ancient Grudge now, they can't blow up both my equipment because we have a Rest in Peace in play. Fortunately, we didn't get to see enough of their deck to know if Rest in Peace is even good enough. But they have both Visions and Rhinos, which means Chalice is fine. They're on Arcanist plus the random Crater Maker plus, like, just bolts and shit plus Shardless. They might not have P-Fires, but they might have, like, Tarmogoyfs. Resolve Rest in Peace, and they can see the next turn. Clearly, it's busted. They have Ren, also. Do I want a Spirit Keeper for like the games that I don't have Rest in Peace? Spirit Keeper seems like it actually could be. There's a really awkward like tension between like all these fair decks that you want Rest in Peace against and all the fair decks that you also want Spirit Keeper against. There's this really weird tension. Opponent's deck is definitely ready to grind me, though. It is just ready to Shardless into Ancestral Visions. Maybe Crusader's bad against Infinite Bolts. Maybe I don't care that much about Rhinos. I'd rather have a bunch of stuff that's good against Bolt. It's like only good against exactly Rhinos, right? It does actually also close fast, to be fair. Maybe actually cut the GT. Imagine jumping through to make 8 power on turn 3 in Legacy. I'm not questioning people that are registering Crashing Footfalls. It was definitely a meme for a while, but then it kind of died off, which is reasonable considering that it definitely was not the best shell to be using stuff like Ren and 6 in. Might just cut like all my Thalias. Fucks up the curve, though. Leaving the Miser Thalia. Alright, that sounds good enough. Keep and pray. Oh no, footfalls. Man, we're gonna get this Mother of Runes Ren 6 so hard. Fuck. Oh, thank God. Whew. Oh, man, and Chalice for this Crashing Footfalls? Oh, man, we dodged like 9 different bullets. I guess I should just plow this. Just trying to think of like any more reasonable play. Thank God it's repeating Snapcaster. I mean, it's repeating Snapcaster Mage that also just gets Swords to Plowshares. We can't Swords to Plowshares a Ren in 6. Maybe I'm actually supposed to just run at the Chalice now. Gives them more time to like try to find an answer with the Footfalls, but like if they like Shardless into something, I probably should have Chaliced here. Because I'm going to Chalice on 0 because I can't beat this Footfalls currently, so I probably should have just done it that turn. There's like no real window where I can get it down where if they don't have, like, if they have the Ancient Grudge hand, they'll have it. If I have the Chalice to play now, it gives them more time to like know it's there and try to find an answer to it, but that play is probably not great. That's why we played the Ports of the Crocus. Double white's pretty important, but we're also just going to get like draw out the other Crocus and be very sad. Imagine playing a Legacy deck that can't beat some 4/4s. Also true. I wonder if I actually want to play Thalia here. Just tax their mana a bunch. Pretty insulated against Ren currently. Make them pay 1 to have a spell countered. I can't clear the Ren. It also doesn't. I mean, it is going to put me in the ground getting back Wastelands, though. At least we've stopped the Crashing Footfalls, unless they have Ancient Grudge here. That would suck a lot. See what you do now is plow the Ren. Yeah, you see how much worse this Ren would have been for me on turn 2? We would have been super fucked. I think we're gonna go get Batterskull, because if we're getting Wasteland at this turn, we're gonna only have 2 mana, and we could possibly have less than that as time goes on. So I think I just want to get a 4/4 in play. Please don't have a removal spell. Yes, put it on the stack. Oh no, they can't. They can't even Abrade, yeah, because they actually would have to pay the 1 for the Footfalls after that they can't. So even if they had the Abrade, we were okay there. No, they didn't pay the 1. Yeah, they saw the line. Unfortunately. Literally had to be smashed. They couldn't even, like, smash. They would need, like, a 1 mana shatter. Yeah, so this is them, like, bolting the Stoneforge, right? But then we get to clear the Ren at least. And we get to keep our mom. Oh, bolting the mom. Interesting. That's fine. Shattering Spree is a sorcery, right? Need, like, 1 mana instant shatter. This is fine. We clear the Ren 6 and make a Batterskull now. This probably means a second Ren. I guess that would make sense. But we'll have a Batterskull for that. And we hit a land drop. Which is very good. state. They could have had natural state, yes. That would have gotten me. We forgot they could have had naturalizes, because they also had green mana in addition to red. Nature's Claim would have done it. Return to Nature would not have done it. Cost too much mana. I think I'm fine with this outcome. So now they're gonna like dig for shatters, I guess. That isn't a second run. Yeah, that's a lot better for me than a second run. That's kind of rude. Port them in Defiance. That seems like a really bad play. You feel about playing Ford for Winger D&T to really tax people out. Seems really bad in the Renin 6 Plague Engineer meta. I've played Vryn Wingmare before, but this meta is not the Vryn Wingmare meta. Please don't draw a Shatter for my Batter Skull. Opponent aggressively digging for a Shatter. They shuffled. That's good for me. Alright, they don't have anything yet. Guess we'll just make them have 2 Shatters, right? Just equip to Stoneforge here. Can't shatter both my things unless they have Ancient Grudge, in which case at least I connect with one of them this turn before they shatter both my things. Oh man, they don't have it. Fucking deal. Hey, 5-0, we did it. Nice. D&T not dead. Yeah, indeed. How dare you win with D&T when everyone else complaining about our shitty D&T. We've had... Hang on, I need to stop this cat. Hey, get out of here, punk. Beat it. Stop chewing on pencils. Little shit. But yeah, this is our third 5-0 in like 2 weeks, right? I mean, we didn't play against any Plague Engineers, right? What did we play against? Rug Delver... Was this one Burn? No, we 2-1 Burn. This is Rug Delver. This was something. This was Burn. This was Ninjas. What was our round 2? Oh, it was Red Prism. Red Prism. But, I mean, we played some good matchups. Very happy. But, like, keep 5-0-ing. Inevitable questions about how good Mirror Crusader was when we literally never cast it and we only drew it once? Yeah, we drew it against the... This damn cat again has locked herself in the room. The door opens. Why do you always push the door closed? Why, cat? Baron Crusader is clearly as busted as Tomic. I mean, actually, I've been playing Tomic for like a week, and it has not done anything relevant. Both of these cards could have been like a lot of other things, and it would not have done a lot. Oh my god. Hey, don't do that. I'm trying to finish my stream. I'll kick you out. Get out of here. Let her in. No, she's out. She bit the little rubber end of the doorstop off, and she was gonna run off with it. I know she will. I know what I think about Tomic is core Skyfisher except with upside. That's fair. I didn't play D&T, but seeing a Paladin well is extremely entertaining. I appreciate it. We did pretty well today. Very happy with some of our changes. Mostly like playing the third. I think we might be moving to a third Cataclysm meta again. Saravenger is bad right now. Goes against the conventional wisdom. Agree. Does it go against the conventional wisdom? Are people still playing Saravenger? It's like okay right now, but I think Tomic is probably better right now, just given like the prevalence of Ren and 6 and stuff, and even like just trying to put like little roadblocks in front of Ren and 6 is better than just like playing a 3-3 for 3 or 2, 3-3 for 2. Goes oh yeah. The conventional wisdom is that Saravenger is bad right now. Yes. It's fine. You know, you should do a soft Tomic at one point. We played... I think one of the only times we've had Tomic at play was against lands, and they had Caracas both times. In, like, both games. Like, oh, this card's good against lands, right? Wrong. But yeah, I would say that I think there are better options than Saravenger currently. I think Saravenger is an okay option right now. Most of your flex slots that aren't extra X ones are probably decent. But anyway, well, this is a quick stream too. It's not even 11 o'clock yet. I mean, I guess we did play against like Burn and Red Prison and some quick games there. But yeah, I'll take it. Take another 5-0. D&T treating me pretty well. Where is... Boss Dixon, thanks for the follow. I appreciate the support. Great stream. Congrats on the 5-0. Alright, what's your overall win rate across the whole meta? Since the London Mulligan, I have an 82% win rate, but I've only played 7 leagues, according to my stats. I support Carkino stream for watching random pilot. That pile gives me an aneurysm. You just can't handle all the mismatches. That's fair. I respect Miranda's deck, though. Static, thanks for the 13-month resub. Yeah. This 82 is not correct, though. I think I'm missing, like, a couple data points. I've only marked down the ones I streamed. I tried to play in the challenge yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, and then I O2'd it, which technically isn't on this. I guess I should add those. But then my data's not in, like, even multiples of 5. My data's usually only things that I've streamed. Because it's usually the only time I play Moto. I'll add them to make my win rate more reasonable. How'd the stream go? We just 5-0'd. What did we play against? I got crushed by Hogak yesterday. And then I got crushed by Grixis Control. Alright. Now the win rate is... Wait, why is the win rate still 82? That doesn't make any sense. What did I... Oh, I didn't change the match losses. Whoops. I'm dumb. Whoops. Alright, whatever. I'll fix that later. She won 5 more matches than he did in the challenge. That's also accurate. There we go. Win rate is 78.38. Now that I've added those 2 matches that I 2 matches that I played in the challenge. And I think that's all of them since the London Mulligan, which is only like 7 leagues plus the challenge because we only have 37 matches recorded. But hey, doing good with D&T so far. The Darnell 78%. Is Sneak and Joke the most No skill deck this Tier 1 Legacy. I don't like saying that decks are like no skill because all decks are like inherently like you do need to like generally know the ins and outs and stuff. I'd say in terms of like ease to pilot, I'd say yeah, I agree with basic planes. It's probably harder than Red Black Rammer just based on the virtue of like having cantrips and stuff. Brainstorm and Ponder, like I'm notoriously bad at Brainstorm and Ponder, but those honestly are like pretty skill testing cards, especially if like you're like a newer pilot to something. Like I would hand a player Red Black Rammer before I would hand them like Sneak and Joe, I think. Obviously, like A plus B combo decks though are generally like the easiest to pilot because you get A, you get B, and then see what you can do. Belcher is the hardest deck in Legacy since tweet. Belcher's the hardest deck for me to beat in Legacy, at least. Anyway, let's find someone to host. Who's streaming? Card Kingdom streaming. Oh yeah, Card Kingdom streams on Mondays. Let's go host Card Kingdom. D&T has a great Belcher matchup. According to Cyrus. Final Fortune Prison versus Enchantress. I gotta look up what Final Fortune does. That's not the take an extra turn card, right? It is. Take an extra turn this one at the beginning of that turn's end step, you lose the game. I don't know what this shit's all about. I see a scroll rack, a land tax, and 2 Mox Diamonds, and some lands. Shit's wild. Cantrips hard, I legit never know if I'm doing it right. Yeah, dude, I fucking suck at cantrips. My track record with like decks that have cantrips in them versus decks that don't have cantrips in them when I do like donation deck lists is wild. Alternative interpretation: that player wins the game at the end of turn. It's like the old time walk templating, right? Opponent loses next turn. Play that card and either you win or you're already gonna lose. Got a 5-0 with that bad that is true. We did 5-0 with that terrible Stoneblade list and my even worse Stoneblade piloting because by the end of it was like 1 in the morning and I was so fucking tired. TNN was 100% the reason we won any of those things because TNN is the easiest card to cast in Legacy. You cast it and you just keep turning it sideways. Or it's like, oh, they have scary blockers. I guess I'll just leave back my unkillable blocker. God. That is true, though. I think that's my only donation deck list 5-0, is that fucking list. Just had like a Teferi in it, too. Just a bunch of random bullshit. But anyway. Let's go host Card Kingdom. Thanks, everybody, for watching today. Hope you had a good time. As always, if you want to support the channel, you want to see more Death of Taxes content, you can follow, subscribe, or donate. We're currently still doing our donation, our follower giveaway. You type !RIP giveaway into the chat. You can find the details or find the details on my Twitter page. When I get to 100 or 750 followers on Twitch, we will be giving away 2 foil recipes to 2 randomly selected winners. So, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, and stuff like that to get your submissions in. We're at, I think, 719, something like that. But anyway, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll go host Card Kingdom. /Lister. Alright, see you guys on Wednesday.